Time is about 12:10. Today is the 28th June. 28th June. Sorry. 2022. I am around something court issue with social assistant. It's called Curt. God bless everyone. And also they said you have a lawyer. God bless totally. I went to court and unfortunately I don't have enough at least with language Great Netherlands, and totally I said I don't understand, only some words I can for example understand, and I need for a translator, but unfortunately they didn't care and only speak, and I was waiting. Totally, I never do, for example, something which I am for respect, because even never do illegally. You must do legally everything. I say it again and again. And after end, for example, 5 minutes like this to be ended, and I came out and they said, my social assistant and lawyer, do you want to something explanation? I said yes, I need, because that is necessary to make an appointment with translator to make me something, because unfortunately I don't have also English, unfortunately, enough language. And after they came out and said you have doctor is but I don't know what kind of doctor has issue. Worry about me, and only I understand something to say schizophrenia, paranoia, and like this. And they laughed, and I said I don't have any mental problem, and absolutely we never care naturally, never be in your demand, never be happened, never. Unfortunately I did wrong in Mechelen 2017, because I didn't have sufficient experience to have issue with my and but also with no experience, also only to bring police, because police has issue, you can hear. Only for to bring out that is fault, absolutely I accept it, and I accept 2 years to put me in hospital, injection and everything to make, for example, this issue, to torturement with those, and that is issue to put outside so carefully, unfortunately, about people around. And absolutely I did wrong, for example, to make a defect, something all for example lights, and unfortunately that didn't have sufficient experience, and end of result I had to put pour draw out, not with it's so leave from my hand to with carefully on the ground. I was, for example, in a second floor, one floor, because the first is 0 and after one floor, and I did for issue to police come and makes because I hinted so much to them. I have issue they to say me, for example, illegal and like this offense and everything, and no care, only they laughed and only to make sure, for example, more and more. After 1 month, I was in Mechelen and totally I described to them, but even police came to my room to check out, but I said I have this issue when I go to out people to around me totally, for example, say eagle. It's totally, I was in Germany and I know, for example, this mean at least, and you are human, and absolutely you will be something issue when you haven't, you don't have experience. And after, for example, 6 years, I got it totally delusion of nothing. OB, we are totally female, original and fake, and totally because you rationally, you never have issue when some leaves from up come to down, come to the ground, has totally rational issue, and this delusion of nothing, especially nothing of humanity, OB system, unfortunately. And I was waiting for police to come to describe again, but they arrested me and to put me in hospital, and 2 years to put injection monthly, and many, you can hear. They have totally issue. And they said you have a paranoia, and I said I don't have, never, I don't have any issue. And for example, end of this court, they had issue with alarm. But before to play this alarm, they said to me they have issue with alarm, and I said, okay, if you want, I must put air plug. But that was, for example, after 5 minutes, end of my court session, they started with this delusion of nothing, especially nothing of humanity. I totally never care naturally, and I made a mistake with harmony. Absolutely, I have overcome with this also harmonic issue. But you will be tired, and you don't have, for example, you will be abnormal. Never do it. Never care naturally, I said, and I made a mistake totally with my, my instruction and my procedure. Never care naturally. Totally yesterday, and I went to Brussels, and I hinted especially to the asylum refugee as I can. For example, for half hour I did it, and to explain for Farsi, for English. Unfortunately, I don't have also problem. My unfortunately disability with language at least. And I describe it totally for your confidence to say with yourself, for example, bio, OB, not care about them, never care, even with Wi-Fi, everything. For your confidence up, they have issue totally with your confidence, real and fake, real, fake. And totally this, they are in delusion of nothing. And nothing that is of humanity, that is important, they never care naturally. again and again. And that is so important, for example, to say with yourself and never be panic. For example, with care, they said eagle around you and the Wi-Fi. For this issue, not. For example, after this issue, with issue, never be panic for yourself, confidence, any moment you want it, if you want it. And if you want, so easily, never care naturally. And they say around me, you are a specialist and like this. Only say, for example, this never care naturally expression for yourself, confidence up, totally. And that is meaningful of never care naturally. I describe it for mental and physical we have. I again said mental rationally believe one God, one religious, totally we are female, original and fake, real and fake. And for confidential, mentally, believe with the sentence make humanity and do humanity. Naturally is mean humanity, and confidential and rational together to make naturally, to make humanity. And that is for mentally, for physically, naturally, because we are natural, we are human. To rational, physically look what is problem. To solve this problem, naturally they make a problem with a little. I say again and again, about 2%, but never care about a number. They started with a little natural to make you, for example, anxious, panic, and after with panic more and more, look like a corona. Delusion of nothing, because you are totally electrophysical. Corona is OB tool. OB, I say again and again, a delusion of nothing, especially nothing of humanity. And that is important to look what is reason you are anxious, you have, for example, problem with stress and like this. And absolutely natural stress is fine, so good for you, because you need a little absolutely stress to have conscious about everything. And that is also need, for example, necessary to solve this problem with a little naturally to go to solve this. They have with voice issue to put air plug. More to put 2 air plugs when you couldn't manage to go to, for example, to make it quiet. And end of result, they have issue with totally to say, for example, abnormality, as they can go to security, go to assistant, go to complaint, go to police, court, everything. And if that didn't answer, absolutely you must take immigration. Not more, not less. That is so important for you to live in a justice situation, not abnormal and totally injustice situation. You need justice, same justice. And end of result, they say, I said I need, for example, so simple place to stay, and job. Need a job to make issue with myself, confidence more and more up. But if didn't have, absolutely I will. For example, I was in a refugee center, Netherlands, to pick up so simple half-hour trash. I was refugee to make, for example, why not? Do it. Everything you have, naturally, humanity. If you absolutely, they have issue with your confidence. They never give you, for example, and I said, if that doesn't happen, I will take a refugee again, unfortunately. And they said, we came to here to make a complaint with, because doctor has issue with you, and with laughing to me, you have paranoia and like this. And I said, I never have a problem mentally, never in your delusion of nothing, especially nothing of humanity. And they said, you check with the doctor, and the doctor after to describe what is issue. And I totally said, no problem, I will go to doctor, and for more my health, I will at least with speak to make humanity to, understand, especially psychologists. They have issue with man and woman. When totally they are female. Never homolate natural homolation, original and fake. So simple, and many issues. You can test testosterone. Never do it. For example, makes you more feminine. At least I don't want to make it deep, and totally that is scientific issue. Totally, we never have positive. Also, we never have gravity. We never have sinus. But with natural pretend, we can say man and woman and like this. Totally never homolate natural homolation, the first. And also the second issue with 10 commands, Moses. And I say again, for example, one command has issue with one God. That means also same justice. If that 9 other commands has issue with totally with one God, same justice as a human, all human. If you have issue with this situation as a OB system, you must take a refugee. If you don't have, for example, money, no problem. You do with humanity also. I can say this issue to save your justice. And if you have with humanity also, again and again, when the first is one God, same justice. And if you have issue with this situation as the same justice, you should take a refugee. If you didn't have money and like this, you take it and with illegally, and but with humanity also. That is only exception with to do illegally, but never do illegally. For same justice, one God. We have one God, and as a result, one religious. Absolutely God, never racist, never fascist, and etc. Never one God, one religious, totally. That is issue. They said I will go, and for example, I said to them I came late because I was on the Brussels, and issue with train and like this, but never care naturally. Totally, I describe and destroy totally with. No harmonic, but with confidence up with, for example, with issue, and do naturally humanity more and more confidence up. And I said I am sorry for too late for a lating issue, because you didn't say to me what is subject to bring me to the court to at least today for them. I am waiting to go to speak with absolutely doctors and like this to help them, because we have unfortunately West has issue with rational, woman, real and original, real and fake, original and fake. As a result, I say again and again, trust to Trump and Pahlavi, at least with real and fake. And Pahlavi, Middle East, for example, has issue with absolutely one God, one religious. We never have separated religious, never. And they have issue with this. And rationally, to Pahlavi has issue one Iran, one Middle East, one world, one planet, one world. Totally has issue, is correct, and makes rational when Pahlavi also has issue with, with making factories, making rationally, for example, production, producing, humanity that has issue totally, and confidentially with one God, one religious, totally make again, for example, this great word again great. God bless human.